Hello, everybody. We are back and once again graced with Dr. Hart. Dr. Hart, thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, we have so many fun things to cover. It's a joy to be with you.
Anytime I can get a chance. Absolutely. Well, I know you have a training going on right now that's currently in progress, but can you tell us any stories about the last training that you had there?
Yeah, the last training was remarkable. In it, we had Reverend Dr. Sir Michael Bernard Beckwith from Agape, founder, creator, and director of Agape, a spiritual community with tens of thousands of members. And he was back doing his Alpha 5 training, the fifth training. And in the training with him was a woman attorney doing her Alpha 4. Now, I get to know people, very well, very deeply, and profoundly as they come back and do more work. And this attorney had been dealing in her Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 with, among other issues, her husband of 30 years had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And it was becoming increasingly less functional. And she was having a lot of fears that she dealt with in the earlier trainings related to how people might judge her in relationship to her treatment of her husband, because she continued her profession as a lawyer. She didn't drop everything and spend 24/7 at home. And so in the early days of this last training that I led, I asked her, I said, have you accepted the fact that your husband is becoming less functional mentally? And she was startled, and she actually realized that she hadn't accepted it. And so when she went into the acceptance, she did forgiveness on herself for not having accepted it. She went into forgiveness for her husband for Alzheimer's. And then all of these fears that she had just simply vanished. And she went into creativity of alpha solution mode, realizing that she could change the paradigm of how the home operated. She's a marvelous hostess and, does wonderful dinner parties. And so how she involves and whether she involves her husband in ways she realized had to change. And so instead of dealing with fears about, how people would judge her, she went into solution mode about ways that she could make life better for her husband, herself, and for their many guests. Now, in previous trainings, she had been shy about and reluctant to do a testimonial at the end of the training. Like she has beautiful hair. And of course, after you've had electrodes in your hair all day, it's not quite the same as when you just come out of the beauty shop. And so we had, not gotten testimonials from her before, even though she had wonderful experiences. But Reverend Michael said to her, well, come on, girl, let's say it. And because he knew he'd witnessed, he'd celebrated all the wonderful breakthroughs that she was making. And she goes, okay. And so she did a testimonial initially, a little gingerly and, timidly. But she got into it so that after the interview was over and the camera was turned off, she got a second wind and was so enthusiastic and had more things to say about how wonderful her training was. So Brian actually turned the camera back on and we did a second interview, after which she was applauded. So she had personal breakthroughs on many levels, including her willingness and ability to share about her growth experiences at Biocybernaut.
Wow, it just goes to show you one small shift can affect all the areas of your life. Absolutely fantastic. Well, Dr. Hart, thank you again for taking the time today.
You're welcome, Doug. I love hanging out with you. More the better.
Hi, I'm Tony Robbins. Listen, if you are looking to improve your brain, your psyche, your ability, your emotions, your ability to really maximize your performance, and you want to really dig into your brain, my dear friend, Dr. Jim Hardt, and his Biocybernaut program is extraordinary. I've been through it myself. My wife Sage has, members of my family have, and we found it to be truly extraordinary. But it is not for the faint at heart. Unless you're dead serious about really taking things to the next level, don't bother. We went through the Alpha program designed to maximize your ability to create alpha waves And it was challenging and it was incredibly rewarding. And I'd recommend it to anybody serious about improving the quality of their lives or including the quality of their family lives as well. So check out Cybernaut, check out Dr. Jim Hart. And if you do, I think you'll be really, really pleased. And the entire time you are learning to think and how you think these electrodes create sounds. And you learn how to put yourself in the zone of alpha. But it's a bitch. It's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that wants easy experiences, but I'd recommend it to anybody that wants to grow immensely. And by the first day, I'm like, who do I got to shoot to get out of this thing? Oh, it's me. I'm the one that did this shit. Right? But by the end of the week, all three of us were able to go into this state of alpha. And if you're familiar with alpha, the best way I can describe alpha is there's no problem that can't be solved in alpha. Because every problem that we have was created by us.
Thank you for being here and absorbing this information about the science of brainwaves and about the stories of people whose lives have been beneficially altered, improved by doing brainwave training at Biocybernaut. And now I'm reaching out to you to invite you to come and be a part of the Biocybernaut Adventure. Biocybernauts are to inner space what astronauts are to outer space. So come and adventure with us. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the videos, you can do that, or there's a link you can click if you'd like to learn more. We welcome you to Biocybernaut.